MVP race. That and so much more. I'm Peter Schrager. I'm in for Greeny this morning, and I'm very excited to have with us Damian Woody, Mike Tannenbaum, Joe Fortenbaugh, Dan Graziano, and we've got our Hoops team as well. Brian Windhorst, Monica McNutt, all joining us this morning. But we start with the game of the night, the Celtics and the Thunder in a possible NBA Finals preview. SGA looking to surpass Wilt Chamberlain for an NBA record most consecutive 20-plus point games in NBA history. And early on in the first half, he was looking to get the record. Bucket there, bucket here. He's got 15 at this point. Then this jumper makes it 17. Iron Eagle is on the call for the big bucket.
Gilgeous-Alexander. Crowd anticipating. Fires and hits. An incredible streak puts SGA into the record books. 127 consecutive games as he passes the great Wilt Chamberlain.
That's a record that lasted 63 years. This streak started all the way back years ago. 10 minutes to go in this game. Look at this dunk after the block from Jaylen Brown. Then, 98-96, Pritchard moving, takes the shot. Good. We've got 2 minutes left to go in a tie ball game out there in OKC. SGA, bucket. 100-98, Thunder lead the Celtics. Then, watch SGA here. Creates a little space and he makes it.
Little love tap.
Little love tap.
Love tap.
We'll discuss. Then down two, Jaylen Brown, clutch on the road. No Tatum. Ties the game up with 21 seconds remaining. Final possession here in regulation. Tie game. Caruso, of all people, the 3-0. Chet Holmgren rebounds, and Sam Hauser fouls him. That would put Chet Holmgren to the line for two. He would make them both. Celtics have a shot here. You see the score. Pritchard, no. Let's hear SGA after the game.
14 points for you in the fourth. 2 big free throws from Chet. How would you describe just your overall?
Why are you looking at me? All the records and accomplishments are great, but they don't matter if you don't win. And that's all that was on my mind. I was having a terrible game to that point. Didn't like how I started. I started sluggish. And I wanted to just focus on getting the car back on the road and making sure we walked out of here with a W. If we lost, I would have been pissed and would have gave the record for the W any day of the week. So I'm glad we won and I got the record.
We lost, I would have been pissed. I appreciate that. What an amazing accomplishment either way. SGA, 63-year-old record. This streak started all the way back on November 1st, 2024. And amazingly enough, he scored 20 points in regulation in every game, not even needing overtime. In 35 of these 127 games, SGA did not even play a single second of the fourth quarter. We bring in Windy and Monica. Windy, SGA's brilliance comes in the form of monotony. 20 points every game. How has he done it, surpassing Wilt Chamberlain's record?
Yeah, I got to say, when you look at Shea here, number one, when you break a Wilt Chamberlain record, that is, you've done something. Number two, this is something that's accomplished over 2 seasons, the bulk of 2 seasons. And obviously, he's done so many of these damage games in the fourth quarter. That's what happened last night. This was a vintage Shea performance. They went to him down the stretch of this game repeatedly. He had what I thought was an iconic quote last week, talking about scoring in the fourth quarter. He said, "I have the answers to the test. I just have to see the questions." Every question that the Celtics presented to him last night, he was able to answer. A gutty performance by Boston, but another strong effort by Shea without his team being full strength either.
Monica, how would you describe what SGA has done?
The word that came to me last night, Schrager, watching this is just mind-boggling. Like, it's so impressive. And I was like, okay, in today's NBA, literally according to NBA.com, you got 34 guys that average 20 points per game. And so 20 in and of itself is not like, oh, okay. But for 127 games to break the record over 2 seasons, like Wendy said, I mean, it is a demonstration of the model of consistency. But as much as this is an individual award in my mind, it definitely speaks to his teammates and to the organization. There's so much connectivity here. There's so much clarity here. And obviously, his game is just so steady and consistent night in and night out.
All right, that's the OKC side, and we want to give our respect to what the Thunder did. But I'm looking at Boston without Tatum, without Derek White. Wendy, you got to like kind of how they played last night as well, even in a loss.
Yeah, absolutely. Jaylen Brown had a terrific game. There was a three-pointer in the air, as we saw there from Peyton Pritchard, that would have won them the game. Also, no Derek White in this game. So down the stretch, you had Shai Gilgeous-Alexander attacking Baylor Shireman. They were isolating and attacking Baylor Shireman. He's had a really good step-up season, but that's not what would happen in a playoff series if the Celtics were fully powerful. That would be Derek White or Jason Tatum out there providing the perimeter defense. I'm not sure Joe Mazzulla showed the entire defensive package. They didn't really even blitz Shai until the final possession of the game. I think Boston has defined this whole season by their role players overachieving and winning on the margins. That definitely happened in this game. And while they walk away with a loss, I think they love their chances. They get to play them again in Boston in 2 weeks.
Monica, did that feel like an NBA Finals preview to you?
Ooh, Schrager. We love doing this sort of thing. But listen, I will say yes in that as I look at the East, which I think has been surprisingly competitive in terms of what people thought way back when in October. The differentiating factor for the Celtics, very clearly, is the experience that they have as a collective. And did we just watch the last two champs go at it in what was a thrilling game? And quite honestly, I was so disappointed that it came down to free throws at the end, because why not overtime of that one? Absolutely. So there's a very good chance.
All right, we're going to be talking a lot more hoops later on in the show. To the NFL.
Mr. SGA, Randy Scott with you at Is Sports Center AM on a pre-can Friday.
Correct. Yeah, please, on Friday the 13th, avoid ladders and mirrors, and especially avoid those laddered mirrors. You know what I'm saying? Or a mirrored ladder?
Who wants those?
126 straight games for SGA, scoring 20 or more. He is about to break a tie with Wilt Chamberlain, welcoming in the Celtics, who just lost 2 nights prior in San Antonio. No Jason Tatum in this game. Remember the rest, he's still ramping up. He had 17 points at SGA at halftime, and this, the shot to put him ahead of Wilt in the history books. 21 points on that bucket right there, giving SGA 127 consecutive 20-point games. However, the Thunder found themselves down 3 going into the fourth. The Celtics led actually a majority of this game. Jaylen Brown with the block on Chet Holmgren. Do you know how hard that has to be to block a jump shot from Chet Holmgren? Jaylen Brown goes the other way. Found out Jaylen Brown doesn't like butter on his popcorn. That man loves butter on his popcorn. SGA 27 points. That right there gives him 33 and a 2-point lead, but it was brief. We're tied at 100 with 30 seconds to go. Randy called that a push-off. He might be onto something. 35 points for SGA. He leads the NBA in clutch buckets this season. Speaking of clutch, though, man, Jaylen Brown. High turnaround jump shot. We are tied at 102. 5 seconds to go. Alex Caruso, no. Chet Holmgren, offensive rebound, okay. But then you hear the whistle, and you're like, all right, let's see the foul. Kind of jumped into Sandhauser, I don't know. Last chance for Boston, because Holmgren would make both free throws. Peyton Pritchard gets a good shot, good space, just wasn't enough legs. SGA 35 points. The Thunder have won 7 straight games. Let's take a look inside SGA's historic scoring streak. Shai scored 20 points in regulation in all 127 games of this streak, with 15 or more points entering the fourth quarter in all but 1 game. So he gets it done early. And in 35 games during the streak, he didn't even play in the fourth quarter.
Get down to San Antonio. We were excited to see perhaps Victor Wembanyama against that man, Nikola Jokic, but Wemby's out with an ankle injury. Spurs are 10-4 without him. Now Wemby can only miss 3 more games before becoming ineligible for postseason awards. Let's just keep that in mind as Jokic goes coast to coast. 10th career game with 30 points, 20 rebounds, and 10 dimes. He goes 31, 20, and 12. And we had dueling 30-point triple-doubles because Stephon Castle did that. Stevie Drawbridge went for 30 points, 11 rebounds, and 10 dimes. In the fourth quarter, Maple Jordan. It's Jamal Murray. Up fake, Got it? No, you're wearing a lot of shoulder tape. Nuggets are down 9. Murray, another triple. I mean, he's out. You mean area adjacent to San Antonio?
Schlitterbahn.
Ah, man, that's where he was.
It's a water park, dude, because the jumper was wet.
Well, because the jumper was damp or moist. A lot of people like that word. Murray, a floater. He had 39 points. His 11th 35-point game this season. He had 9 across the last 3 seasons combined. Fox to Castle. Need a 3 to try to tie it. Castle on the outside. He had 30 points on the night. Needed 33. Nuggets hang on. 136-131. It's our first win against a team with a top 3 record all season.
Tuesday night, Bam Adebayo scored 83 points in regulation against the Wizards. What would he do for an encore? Adebayo. Nope. That's an airport. Adebayo. No. Struggled with that Tuesday where he had 43 points, 13 of 24 from the field in the first half. The Heat, though, were up 59-51 at the break. Oh, don't let Bam heat up. Too late. Heat. 83 points for Bam Adebayo, minus 62, gives him 21 yesterday against the Bucks. Jan Dagger. Larson had a team-high 28, Heat win 112-105. Here's Bam. He called you out, man.
What?
Called you a couch coach.
That's
Remember you were saying you talking on Twitter.
No.
The Bucks and Heat social accounts had some fun after the game. Bucks posting the final score. Bam did not score 83 points, and the Heat responded, didn't need to. I mean,